for the game. Won't quite be the full house that Washington State was expecting. Washington State kicking off. Andrew Fernie drives it in the very dangerous return man, Jamal Miles. Huge alley. And Jamal Miles will go. Arizona State says, snow this. Touchdown.
On returns, you always say, run to daylight, one cut, and you go. You can see what he did. He had one cut, and off he was. Kicker throws his body at him. But great return men understand the north-south aspect of it, and they understand.
Stadium. The snow has passed. The field has been cleared. And now Arizona State, first offensive play. And a pass is behind George Bell.
Very well. I saw some YouTube footage, was able to find it of him back in high school. He can run that ball.
Well, there, the inside give, and Washington State defends that well as they drop. You got three of them on the field right now, spread in this formation. They send Miles out to the right. Osweiler goes looking for Mike Willie, and it's broken up. And again. Well, here's Arizona State starting its second offensive possession. Only score of the game, the
crossing routes that they love in their offense so much.
Well, they run it well. Cameron Marshall has been strong. Here's this pass they love so much, that swing pass in the flat. Good run out there, but that's 1 yard gain, and that leaves ASU now with a third down. Flags. Deep ball to Pflugrad. Nice adjustment, and Pflugrad catches across midfield.
Part of the Washington State team just kind of stopped and stuttered for a moment. That allowed this ball down the field, but if you're the DB there at that point, Nolan Washington has to get his head around and find the ball.
That was good for 31. Well, there, it looked like Osweiler wanted to fire it out to the right.
Travis Long involved in that as well. You take a look. It's a little bit of play action. And nobody bites. Nobody. Travis Long, what they're counting, he didn't bite. He was on it.
Look at that bunch. Well, they had three receivers right now. Miles motions left. Osweiler can run it. But there's Hoffman Ellis again with a nice job.
But he's just got to be smarter than that.
And now ASU has a long third. Everybody out. Deep ball. Pflugrad again. Oh, and Pflugrad almost pulled off another. Well, Connor Halliday with every athlete's dream. What an incredible way to get baptized. And there's a terrific play. The drop.
Confidence right there. That's it right there.
Anthony Lorenzi made the big stop for Washington State. Then Osweiler misfires for Pflugrad. 3rd and 15. 4 wides go out. Up the sideline, misfired for George Bell.
And Brock Osweiler.
And can ASU take advantage? See if they get Marshall running, and Marshall on the first down play gets 5.
Cameron Marshall, number 6.
I look for him to just feature Marshall a little more through this game.
The last 2 weeks, each of the last 2 weeks, ASU has run for over 200 yards. There's that for the swing again. Now we've got a flag down. This team has had more than enough flags. They won't let one knock them down.
No, they're used to seeing the yellow come out.
Screen to Marshall left side. There's also a flag down as
that's just laziness with your hands.
And on top of that, it's a drive killer.
Exactly. Well, they got a man open. There's the first big ball up the field. And all the way down inside the 40.
You know, that route works in cover 2 because, you know, the weakness of this cover 2 defense is the middle of the field.
Double pass. Washington State ready. They clearly have scouted. They were ready for that 3rd down.
And this is also going to be a good time for the defensive coordinator to get after Arizona State.
Short. 5 players in the box defensively.
And notice the 2 high safeties. Watch crossing routes coming underneath to exploit that.
There is. Oh, and Pflugrad hangs on. Took a tough.
You know, and Pflugrad plays with that toughness. He's a smaller guy.
And the other part of that story on that play.
But he has certainly become more tentative because of those calls.
Chris Ball told us the very thing yesterday. They've had to talk to Locker about it. But the crew here did a wonderful job clearing the field turf. Now Osweiler and Arizona State, and that's the man that Osweiler is trying to get back more.
It's a third of the game. And right now, Arizona State doing a really good job on the return game.
Osweiler again on the play fake. This time Miles got outside and made a man.
A nice adjustment by the coaching staff at Arizona State.
He got 5 yards. Now Marshall. This is the big thing. Arizona State has been.
Game moves forward out of the running game.
So another third for Arizona State. This is their 8th third down already. Travis Long, Osweiler, and then Hoffman Ellis knocks him down short.
Long, rangy guy with a great motor. He does the hand slap, spin under. He beats both the tackle and the guard to get pressure. Now if he just wraps up, he gets himself a sack.
But
therefore making it a little tougher to feel.
A program like Washington State gets challenged on special teams. Oh, a nice throw. Well, that's the guy who's 25 yards. Ooh, Miles in -16 tonight. On second down, extra man coming for Washington State. Osweiler beats it, but a good wrap up there by
Your guy, Mike Willie. But number 6, DeMonte Horton, has really been playing physical one-on-one against these guys.
And the Cougars.
And if you punt, you probably get a 10-yard punt out of it. So
I'm right with you.
Across, and breaking away from the tackle to get yards for the moment for a first wide. So it's 1st and goal. Well, still
great to stop the run.
Yeah, their cornerbacks, especially DeMonte Horton, has been real physical with the wide receivers.
Ooh, Osweiler thought he might launch that. Oh, they've already had one big 4th down convert. Oh, and Osweiler got away with one there. Spend early Sunday morning with us.
That's absolutely true.
I can already see you making a list. As Miles in the right.
Second attempt.
Later on top of that, Brock Osweiler threw that ball right in front of him. I mean, a little bit too far in front of him. Seems like he's still trying to get warmed up.
One into Miles, out of Miles. Only 3 down linemen here for Washington State, but again, the very spread. They only rush 3. And George Bell tried his best to elude people.
On your backups, it's your depth. It's a lot of youth.
And now Arizona State has a chance here because they look great. A great drive start, 44, and right away 1 ball across midfield to Mike Willie.
Had a hard time getting up to the line of scrimmage. Watch that matchup.
1st and 10.
First down on that play. There's another ball slinging, and a flag is thrown after Washington State has just taken its first lead of the game, and now ASU's threatening. Good throw. Jarrell Robinson, 1st and goal.
Come out with a heavy pistol there.
Now they brought Trevor Cole in, a tight end, to help block. Cameron Marshall goes straight ahead and does not get there. And Dennis,
because they have a timeout. Yeah.
Osweiler's got plenty of time to snap. And they will run it, and Marshall will get in. Touchdown, ASU. Well, that.
You're going to look at the blocking here, see if there's movement. There's a great job getting up to that 2nd level. You saw Garth Gerhardt there getting the linebacker.
Or if they would host.
And they would have a significant home field advantage at Autzen Stadium.
Home field as that ball to George.
With it, Arizona State's moving the ball. They have to come up with a stop, or this becomes an emotional turn for them because of the schools. Allows that running game to open up for them.
There's Fubrad with the catch. Aaron. Inside blitz, picked up, screen pass, errant. Intended for Marshall, but again, a forward.
Keep Osweiler guessing is the way to go with the ball.
But they've really, tonight, ASU, whether it's by design or from WSU, they've become a pass-first team. Like Willie. And then, oh, nice fight, though. That's a good job by the receiver there.
2 yards, like you said.
Makes it 3rd and 5. Osweiler staring down. Nice catch. And there's a flag down as well. Mike Willett.
Call as you're on the defensive pass interference, and that's something that I think is an injustice to football.
Well, particularly if the ball's coming to you, but that wasn't even the case.
Wow, and Osweiler got away with one there.
That's a really nice job on that drive, kind of in all phases of your offense.
Cameron Marshall. A couple of runs here in the 3rd. Marshall got 7 yards on the 1st down. Hoffman Ellis blitzes, picked up inside Gibb, but the Cougars cover. Deone Buchanan.
2 yards out on the deep out.
3rd down. Blitz is picked up. Osweiler hits the underneath cross for the 1st down. Rashad Ross.
Sender, very tough to defend, especially on a 3rd and short, able to get that yardage.
Now they've got Miles out there, and that's one of the few times tonight.
That offense, when they start throwing those screens, when they start getting out to Miles out on the side, that's because they're in zone. With the man-to-man defense that Washington State runs, they will go drag route.
At this point, if you're Washington State.
He's got Robinson. Perfect throw. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Take a look at what happens here. It's going to come off to your left. But what you like is Osweiler, when he's allowed to stand back and throw.
4 touchdowns. Well, UCLA had the same, maybe even a little worse than Arizona State tonight. It snowed. We did not see any of the game.
For a good 6 yards.
Cameron Marshall, who got hurt on the last Arizona State.
Violation by the quarterback that's meant to get the offense, the defensive line on the defense offsides.
Osweiler with time. Throws it to Willie, who breaks away. Well, Arizona State has a great mix. They've got Smithson and Willie are both 6'4".
And we mentioned Willie earlier for how hard he fights for extra yardage. And here, instead of wrapping up, Willie did a good job of shrugging off and getting those extra. Brock Osweiler, very accurate.
And now Marshall back in the game. And there's Marshall getting into the 2nd.
They're running the ball on 1st down. That's giving rhythm to Brock Osweiler.
A 13-yard run. Ozier with a catch. We're in the final minute of the quarter here. What Arizona State is trying to do is, he was loyal. They were on me first. I'm going to ASU. 4th quarter starts with a dump off to Miles. And of course, Osweiler as recently as
throw the ball, but you can play basketball at that level. You're quite an athlete.
Well, a Washington State
Game changer at this point.
Oh, and they jam up. Osweiler trying a quick snap sneak. Play clock to 5. Marshall. That's the definition of
the look coming right through the play side gap. That's Rankin.
You know defensive coordinator Chris Ball is loving that, especially the defensive line getting low and really making that play.
He's only got 36 yards. That's the pulse of the game as I see it.
Osweiler coming right back to work. The 2 big-bodied receivers.
Erickson likes his offensive run. Osweiler's getting comfortable in it. You can see they're doing well down the field with it.
Oh, great throw. Right off the heart.
Again, this is skinny seam. You just, he runs the post and then keeps it more vertical.
Straight at the wide receiver. That's what the wide receiver understands is man-to-man. That's a sight adjustment, and that's when they start going crossing routes.
Miles in the game. That's Knight himself. He's thrown for 334. Mixing a run to Middlebrooks. And he's close to a first.
Hard and fast.
Osweiler again, right back to Jarrell Robinson.
Always talk about his ability to spread the ball around.
Oh, and he had the bullet.
Yeah, he was putting it in there for him.
Now Marshall gets to the middle and that's stacked up.
Of the formation.
Pflugrad motions to go 3 to the right. And they come to the middle. Right.
Bad plays on his part. When that much of it is upside, that's what's so impressive.
Well, can Miles give Arizona? Oh, he stripped of the ball. That's the dagger.
Hey, take a look. Miles with the ball. Just a great, not a great tackle, but he put his hand right on the ball and popped that thing out of there.
And Glenn, you know this.